The galaxy was filled with the sounds of laughter. Aliens from distant corners of the universe looked down at Earth and chuckled. The humans, they thought, were primitive and insignificant. Their technology was laughable, their militaries a joke. Even their so-called space programs were a pale imitation of the truly advanced civilizations that roamed the stars. The idea that these small, fragile creatures might one day pose a threat to anyone seemed absurd. At the heart of this mockery was the Xerian Empire, a species of hyper-intelligent beings that had conquered countless worlds. They had a fleet of ships that could obliterate entire planets with a single strike. They were faster, stronger, and smarter than any race they had ever encountered. Earth, to them, was little more than an interesting experiment, a planet filled with lesser beings that would eventually fall into their grasp. But one day everything changed. Commander Zarnak of the Xerian fleet had just finished a report on the latest developments in the galaxy. His soldiers were ready to invade Earth. The planet had little defense, and the humans were not even aware of the real power in the galaxy. Zarnak and his fleet would land on Earth, conquer the nations, and harvest the planet's resources. It was a mission that would take no more than a few days. The humans were just another easy conquest. As Zarnak sat in his command chair aboard the flagship, he received a transmission from his lieutenant. "Commander, we've detected a strange anomaly on Earth's surface," the lieutenant said, his voice filled with confusion. "It appears to be a ship." "A ship?" Zarnak repeated, incredulity filling his tone. What kind of ship could these insignificant creatures possibly have? The lieutenant hesitated. It's unlike anything we've ever seen before. It's cloaked, completely undetectable. Our sensors can't identify it." Zarnak's eyes narrowed. "What do you mean cloaked? A human ship that can evade our sensors? Impossible." "Sir, I'd recommend we investigate further," the lieutenant urged. Zarnak shook his head, scoffing at the suggestion. "I don't have time to entertain such nonsense. These humans are nothing. If this ship even exists, it's probably just a mistake. We'll send a recon vessel to confirm it, and then we'll resume our plans to invade Earth." As Zarnak issued the orders to his fleet, the strange anomaly continued to persist on the edge of Earth's atmosphere. It remained undetected by the Xerian fleet's most advanced technology. But it wasn't a mistake, and it wasn't just a ship. For years, humans had been working in secret, pouring every ounce of their energy and intellect into a project so bold, so far beyond their capabilities, that even the brightest minds could scarcely believe it was possible. It was a ship, a stealth ship that could cloak itself completely from even the most advanced alien sensors. This ship, known as the Seraphim, was humanity's trump card. Built in complete secrecy, with technology scavenged from every corner of Earth's greatest inventions, it was the culmination of decades of research. No one knew about it, not even the highest-ranking leaders of the world's governments. It had been hidden beneath layers of deception, far from the prying eyes of anyone, human or alien. The captain of the Seraphim, Captain James Hawkins, stood at the helm of the ship, watching as Earth's atmosphere glided by in the viewport. He and his crew of hand-picked men and women were the best of the best, engineers, scientists, pilots, and soldiers who had trained their entire lives for this moment. They had one job: to make sure humanity's place in the galaxy was respected. Captain Hawkins was calm, though his heart raced with anticipation. The time had come. The Xerian Empire had underestimated humanity for the last time. He glanced over at his first officer, Lieutenant Sarah Wells, who gave him a silent nod. The time to strike was near. Stealth cloak disengaged in 3, 2, 1. Sarah's voice rang through the ship's communication system. The Seraphim's cloak shimmered for a brief moment and then vanished entirely. For the first time in years, the ship was fully visible, though only to those who were paying attention. The Xerian fleet had been monitoring Earth, convinced that no one could approach their territory without detection. But as soon as the Seraphim decloaked, the laughter stopped. Zarnak's eyes widened in disbelief. "What is that?" he muttered, staring at the massive ship now hovering over Earth. The Xerian fleet was silent, stunned by the appearance of the unknown vessel. It was large, sleek, and its hull was made of a metal that glowed with an ethereal light, something no Xerian had ever seen before. Sir, it's human, one of the officers reported, his voice trembling. The ship matches nothing in our database. It shouldn't even be possible. Sarnak's mind raced. This ship, the Seraphim, was no ordinary human craft. The technology on board was far more advanced than anything the Xerians had ever encountered. The humans had somehow surpassed them in stealth, in speed, and in power. "Commander, the ship is charging its weapons," another officer called out, panic creeping into his voice. The Xerian fleet had always prided itself on its invincibility. But now, as the Seraphim's weapons powered up, Sarnak could see his empire's arrogance slipping away. He had never once considered that humans could develop something so formidable. The first blast from the Seraphim tore through the Xerian fleet, hitting one of their warships with pinpoint accuracy. The explosion sent shockwaves through space, and the Xerians were stunned by the sheer power of the attack. For the first time, they felt the terrifying reality of human capability. The humans were no longer the laughingstock of the galaxy. They had just made their mark. "Prepare for battle," Sarnak bellowed, though his voice was now tinged with fear. The Xerians had underestimated the humans, and now they were paying the price. But it was too late. With one swift movement, the Seraphim unleashed its full arsenal, taking down ship after ship, disabling their weapons and defenses with unrelenting precision. The Xerian fleet, which had once been an unstoppable force, was falling apart in the face of humanity's unexpected strength. The laughter was gone now, replaced by the heavy silence of a fleet in retreat. The humans had won. As the Seraphim soared triumphantly over Earth, Captain Hawkins looked out at the stars. The galaxy would never laugh at humanity again. This story brings to life the classic, humans are underestimated, but in the end, they'd prevail trope, with a focus on the surprising power of human ingenuity and the price of alien arrogance. It's a tale of defiance, strength, and the moment when humanity proves it belongs in the stars.